every single thing you could think of on the street business were going, right? People don't realize that, but when you break it down, break down a sports business and see how easy it is that to run. You know, we started using it going overseas in Costa Rica, our office, and then you got a big loan shark business. Then you got a number business that's doing close to 100,000, 75,000 a week. Go try to go get somebody and put those businesses together. It takes, and we had all those. I had all
the infrastructure
going on. Never mind the legitimate businesses, half a dozen of restaurants throughout the whole area, bars.
You already had your schedule filled as a non-made guy.
And it was nothing, though. I tell you, it's like as much as I had and the money that was rolling in, I was still bored. I lived a great life. I woke up, it was like I smoked cigars. I'm out having a future.
Monday, it was like, I got to go see this one, and this one. Tuesday.
Well, no, here's the thing. You got to understand, Jason. I had partners. So another thing I do, I brought in partners, and I'll tell you a deal, but we won't have time now. I want to tell you this deal I did with these two lowlifes in my area. But I brought in partners in everything that I did. So in sports business, right? So you would think like I brought in partners in my sports. So now they were partners with me in sports. Then I brought different partners in with my number business. Then I had several partners in Shylock business. I had other partners that were still doing different sports in different areas. Then the Joker Pokers. I had about 10 different partners when it came to the Joker Pokers. Then you're doing legitimate businesses. Obviously, each legitimate business is a different partner that you have in the restaurant, in the nightclub.
Were these guys already in the sports book? So you went to a local guy, he had 100 players, you said, listen, I'll help you out.
So
I mean, it must be hard to build. I mean, how do you build a sport? You don't got no players.
Sports business, no, we had players. We have our own. Here's what I did.
Well,
so we got our own sports book that's doing like $2 million a month in gross business. Okay. So that's my own business. I mean, if we won every single bet, we win $2 million. Obviously, that ain't gonna happen.
What's the gross margin on that? Like 10% holdback, right?
Roughly? Yeah, 15, 20%. Whatever. I mean, more. I mean, maybe even more. But my thing was, so we would have. There's probably dozens of other bookmakers in the area. Now, a lot of them were paying to operate.
Hold on, Anthony. We lost
to operate. Yep. They were paying money to operate in our area. So now other ones, instead of paying, they would pay like Christmas, or sometimes they would pay monthly. But then other ones would edge off to us. So like say they took a bet of 5,000 and they only wanted to keep 2, they could edge off 3,000 to us. Okay. But so that was another big thing. So we were getting play from all the other offices in the area, which were big money plays. I mean, you're talking these plays, these sports books were big and they would edge off to us. But my thing was where I try to go with this is in Costa Rica, you would pay, say, I'm going to round everything off, say $25 a man, right? Well, we had it where we could pay, we had a connection we could pay back, and this is going back into the early 2000s, around $6. So what we started to do, we were
per head.
Per head.
Holy shit!
No.
So what we would do is, so say you got 1,000.
Oh,
yeah, you'd pay 6 and charge 25, right?
Well, that's what I just was explaining. That's what I was going to do. So if you get 1,000 customers, you don't even have to shake anybody down. You don't even have to bet anymore. You just go to somebody and you just say, here, use the office. And we don't want nothing from you. Just here's the 800 number. Use it. You know what I'm saying? And just think now you get 1,000 guys and you're making $20. You're making 20 to 30,000 a week, and with no risk.
Hi. Hold on, we got a little friend here. Jason, you're welcome. Hold on.
Who's that? The little.
That the benefits of doing it live at the house. So but this goes back to, this was always a Genovese thing. Okay, if you follow the history of it, what Lucky Luciano did, and Meyer Lansky specifically, he wanted to control all the gambling, and not a lot of people know this. Back in the day when there were, backroom bookies and stuff. They had to like you said, lay off bets, or they wanted to just bet with a bigger house or bet direct. All these rooms were connected to these old wire rooms. That whole Costa Rica thing was from the 50s, and they were wire rooms versus obviously websites. So they had that infrastructure. So you basically were going to replicate the Meyer-Lansky model for all the bookies. And Anthony, that's brilliant, brother.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing, it eliminates the guy now, the phone man, that he can only handle. We had 150 bettors, let's say, right? You're going to need at least 4 phone guys to answer 150 bettors, and you're going to have to pay 4 phone guys. Then you need to clean those guys out to make sure they're not robbing, because they all rob. I don't care if you're Al Capone, they'll rob you. So you have to clean them out. And then you have to have a guy go and pay and collect, which you're going to need that anyways, even if you're going to overseas and everything. So it's a very intricate system that you have to have in place. What Costa Rica did was eliminate. Oh, and then there was mistakes you got to say, that play into it. They make mistakes.
This and
Or they say the guy said, I didn't mean the New York Mets, I meant New York Yankees. Well, so now Costa Rica, they eliminate all that. Number one. Number two, it's all recorded. So nobody could say I wanted to bet, North Carolina instead of South Carolina or whatever, a switch, a New York Giants instead of New York Jets. And so, and there was no mistakes ever. So you eliminate the mistakes, you eliminate the people robbing you.